What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, here to bring you guys a little pre-market video. So it's pretty much my watch list for this week, but again, as I always tell you guys, this is not my full watch list for this week. I will have more stocks to watch which are going to be available in the Discord, so please do join that. But first of all, I'm looking at Tesla right now, pre-market. It's up 1%. Now, you guys may have seen the news that Michael Burry closed his short positions on Tesla. I don't know how true this is or not, but to be honest, that could start helping us see a little bit more bullish momentum with Tesla. So let me see if I can see. Let's have a look at the chart. I honestly think that this could start moving exactly how we want it to move. To be honest, it's already been moving in our favor recently. Last week it had a really nice week, finally held above $800. But it's been pretty consistent with the uptrend, and I think this could continue. Now, please do keep in mind it's slightly overbought. As you can see from the chart, it's been uptrending nicely. If we look at the past month, it's been on a nice uptrend. It could pull back to around this 8-day EMA line right here. I don't expect it to pull back all the way back to $800, but you never know. Now, if I was to look at calls for this one, I'd be looking at the high 880s, maybe 890s, and even the $900 calls for October. I do believe it's going to continue running, and I think we're going to get back to those all-time highs soon enough. Look, we were at them around January, 890s. That would be really cool if we could get back there soon enough before a pullback. But Tesla is definitely one to keep on your watch list this week. I'd also like to look at Twitter. Twitter is one which I do think has some nice potential for this week, but it's sitting at an interesting level because it could be up for puts, but it could also be up for calls. I personally believe it's ready for calls. Let's see. I would say the $65 calls would be safe. It's slightly up pre-market, 0.21%. It's sitting at right around the 8-day EMA, but it could pull it back to the 200-day SMA, which is about an 80-cent drop. So please do keep your eyes out on that one before you get call options. If we look at the past month and zoom in a little bit, yeah, it's kind of sitting in the same kind of channel it's been at for about a week. It's just one to keep your eyes on because it could fall anyway. If it does drop, then we could be dropping all the way down to the 61.80s. So puts would be nice for this one. Otherwise, call options, $65 calls. And we hope to see this in a nice bullish momentum soon enough. It'd be great to see it back at 64.20, 64.30, and then maybe not this week, but next week, back towards the $67 range. Square is next up on the list, ticker symbol SQ. Square is a little bit similar to Twitter in that aspect, that it's sitting at a kind of level of support just above the 200-day SMA, but sitting right around the 8-day EMA. If you look over the past 3 months, it's been pretty bearish, especially since, I'd say, the beginning of August. It's been on a downtrend. Right now, it's kind of been consolidating for the past week or so, but it would be cool to see this one start moving back towards the $270 mark soon enough. Now, something to remember, Square has a little bit of influence from cryptocurrency movements, a little bit, very slight movement, because I believe they hold a lot of Bitcoin. So if you do see Bitcoin running, then keep your eyes out on Square. I don't know if recently, Bitcoin has had such a great impact on Square. It doesn't look like it's had a greatest of impacts, but it's sitting right around consolidation, right around the support levels, and I think it's ready for a move upwards. Next, let's start to look at tech, because tech could have an interesting week. You see, with tech, they've all kind of been, finding these kind of support levels, and a lot of these tech stocks look ready to run. So AMD started to move last week. It's slightly down pre-market right now, 0.20%. But what I'm looking for with this one is us to get back up to the $118, $119 range. First, we're going to have to get past $114, and then we can get back up to almost $120. But yes, I think for AMD, you need to look out for the pullbacks. If we look on a smaller time frame, it's been really bullish recently. You guys probably know we played AMD 3 times last week: $107 calls, $111 calls, and $112 calls. AMD is looking good for a breakout in the run-up to earnings as well, so please do remember that. And one thing I want to point out is AMD is one of those stocks that does usually do well during earnings, as is the next stock that I'm going to talk about. That is AMZN, Amazon. We have earnings soon. You guys have seen me trade Amazon calls before. Last week, yes, you've probably seen the tweets. Oh, if you'd put $100 into Amazon for a day trade, blah, 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 you would come out with 5K or whatever. That is very true. And it looks like the run is not over. I mean, we're sitting at just under 3.4K right now. If you go for the 3.5K, maybe even the 3.6K, and if you're ambitious, you might want to go for the 3.7K calls with Amazon. Don't be surprised to see this rip up because Amazon is another stock which does well during earnings. You guys might have seen great news about Squid Game. I believe it might affect Amazon stock and also Netflix stock. I think Squid Game did $900 million in revenue, something crazy like that. Amazon is a great long-term buy and hold, of course, as well. But if you're looking to get in on Amazon, maybe look for the dips back towards, maybe three fifty, so $3,350. Amazon is a stock which can easily do $100 gain in a day. So you can see it go from 3,400 to 3,500 easily in one day. Don't be surprised if that happens. So Amazon is definitely on my radar for a nice swing this week, as is this stock, Shopify, which will probably play off Amazon. So in pre-market, it's slightly up. I think it's below the 200-day SMA right now, and I think it's going to rise much higher than the $200 SMA if Amazon does well in earnings. If it does happen, I could see this at almost $1,600 soon enough. First, we've got to break past 1585 because this is a common level of resistance. It's had around 3 times where it's touched that and then fallen back down. But once you break that, it could be $1,600 very easily. Again, just watch. We'll see what it does here at this 200-day SMA because it could start downtrending. The level to watch, I would say, if we zoom in and look at a smaller scale, it's around, to be honest, it's slightly above where it is right now. If we look at the bottom of these, around 1435, I'd say 1435. If we could break above that, we could start seeing this move. Shopify is another one to watch for a nice swing, as is this stock, which hasn't been talked about in a while. FuelCell, ticker symbol FCEL. Now I hold this shares of this for a long term, but it's been talked about in many different places. You guys probably have heard about it this week. I know it's on many different people's watch lists. You've probably seen it in videos or heard about it on social media, maybe on Twitter. It's been talked about a lot, but it's a very popular stock right now at this point. So let's see what happens while everyone is talking about it. Is it being squeezed? I don't believe so. We could easily see $8 today. It's already up 6% in pre-market. This is definitely a top stock to watch for a swing, for a day trade. This is definitely a top stock to watch this week. FuelCell used to be around, I think, $20 earlier this year, maybe February or March. Yes, March, February, $20. And obviously, beginning of February, it hit almost $30. Since then, it's sold off heavily. But I'm in this one for the long run. Doesn't mean I can't trade it short term. I can definitely trade this short term. So look out for FuelCell. This might be my top stock to watch this week, along with Tesla. And then lastly, I just want to look at some of the cryptocurrency plays, because a few of the crypto stocks to watch are Mara, stocks like RIOT. You guys have heard me talk about these stocks before. HUT as well. Bitcoin pulled back to around 60K right now. So you want to watch these because they had a great day on Friday and Thursday and last week because of Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin pulls back, you can see these pull back, and we could try and load up on calls for them. Because think about this: once Bitcoin starts to see all-time highs, if it does, this month or maybe next month, whenever, these calls for Mara stocks like Riot will rip upwards. So maybe you look at the $50 calls, $52 calls for Mara, maybe for November. I wouldn't go higher than the $52 calls for November right now, but definitely looking to get in on pullback for call options about 30 to 45 days out. Again, for Riot as well, I would look for the $30 calls, maybe $35 calls. I'll just keep my eyes out on Riot just in case Bitcoin starts moving. And of course, if there's a nice pullback on Bitcoin, then we definitely look at Riot. Lastly, I want to look at Netflix. Also for crypto plays, sorry, before I talk about Netflix, please do check out HUT, CAN, BTBT as well. Netflix, yeah. So we had a little pullback towards the end of last week. It dropped off around just under 1%. but there's not a lot for Netflix. Remember, Netflix is a big mover. So if it does continue to sell off maybe towards the 200-day SMA around $621.90, which is not only the previous level of support, but also just above the current SMA, just above the 200-day SMA, then I will look for call options if it can hold there. I'll look at the $635 calls, maybe 640 calls, and I would not be surprised to see it move that quickly this week. So Netflix is one to keep your eyes out on. It's currently up 0.68% pre-market. Now let's have a quick look at SPY just before we close off here. So SPY had a crazy day. Well, I say a crazy end to the week. Went from $431 all the way to $446 before pulling back to $443 now pre-market. Again, SPY has been very bullish recently, I'd say in the last week or two. So that means do look out for the pullbacks, because don't be surprised if you get back to the 429 levels of just a couple weeks ago. Don't be surprised if you see SPY start selling off very quickly. So don't jump into call options on it. I know that's a common thing people do. If you don't know how to trade SPY, just watch it out a little bit. Take your time with it. Don't trade it just because you're trying to make that quick money. You could also end up losing money. If you try and buy those same day expiries, yeah, you could end up losing money. Now I'm just having a look at the futures on the right hand side here. And actually that kind of reminds me, oil, gas, uranium, look out for those sectors this week. So stocks like Oxy, ticker symbol OXY, stocks like OIH, XLE, these UUU, these are in the oil, gas, uranium sector. Gosh as well. So yes, please do check those kind of stocks out, because those sectors look very stable right now, even though the market is looking pretty unstable. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is pretty much my watch list for this week. That's my public watch list. Of course, in the Discord, there'll be more stocks I break down each and every day, so please check that out. Also, if you've not checked out Stock Option Starter Pack, please do check that one out. It gives you the tools to learn how to trade stock options. There's been great feedback. Hundreds of people have bought it. Again, link is in the description below. There's that first link in the description. Add to that. Check out the Discord. I've said it so many times now, but please check out the Discord. Also, check out the rest of the links in the description, and hopefully we can make it a great trading week. I'm not expecting a crazy trading week. I'm still expecting things to be a little bit uncertain, but it doesn't mean we can't make money. What we've been doing in the past few weeks and for a while now is making money. So I believe that's going to continue this week. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Let's have a great trading week. I got into making, you got into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.